resource folder. So you have videos, PowerPoints, and lecture notes. That is the lecture notes, I'm sorry. That's where you can find all of your required reading material. So this class is not textbook driven. You want to make sure, and I know, I try to put videos in there to get someone to talk to you. Make sure you watch the videos in its entirety, because your assignment will have questions about it. You may have to discuss it, so watch it. Maybe watch a video on Monday, then another one on Tuesday, or however it is. I try not to overburden you with it. But I had a couple questions about where that folder is. I think some of the instructions may say content tool or content resource. The content folder is right under module expectations, content and resources. That is the folder you will want to start with in each module every week, because that's going to be all of your reading assignments. So the content and resource folder. Discussion boards, please ensure that you are looking at those requirements for your discussion board. Your initial post must be 250 to 300 words, and that's to get the maximum points. You need to make sure you're asking questions. Is there any information from your classmates? If so, what can you contribute? Do you agree or disagree with your classmates' options for your response, and why or why not? Not just I agree or this is good, but really put in thought into your discussion board when you're writing these discussion boards, and respond to at least 2. Do not limit yourself, but you must respond to at least 2 classmates. Failure to respond to at least 2 you won't be able to earn all of the maximum points. So ensure that you're doing that on your discussion board. The modules are open. Feel free to work ahead. Last week we kind of did a soft introduction, like what is criminal justice. I wanted you to look at the market trend right now for whatever field you aspire to pursue in criminal justice. This week we're starting into the history and the introduction and the structure of the criminal justice system. So you say you're majoring in criminal justice, but what is criminal justice? What are those 3 components or themes that make up the criminal justice system? We have the courts, the correction, and law enforcement. Courts, correction, and law enforcement. Those are the 3 themes, or the 3 components whenever we talk about criminal justice system that's going to entail. The initial point to where you enter the criminal justice system will always be the law enforcement, right? That's for that initial arrest or that initial encounter. In this module, we're going to look at, so what is law enforcement? What are their functions? What is the history behind it? How did we get to where we are in law enforcement? We're going to look at Sir Robert Peel, look at the different eras of policing more in depth in a later chapter. We're going to look at courts. What is the function of courts? We say we're a dual judicial system, but what does that mean when you're a dual judicial system? And then same thing going over to corrections. What is the function? What is the purpose of corrections? Which, when you start researching, you see different theories or philosophies about the purpose of correction, whether it's for punishment, rehabilitation, retribution, different things like that. So that's what we're going to look at this week when you go in to Module 2. I will tell you, with your discussion boards, make sure, and I'm stressing that because some of you may be accustomed to just writing a few little sentences, make sure you're writing something of substance, and ensure that you're actually responding to your classmates and challenge each other. Okay, we want to be respectful of opinions and thoughts, but we are in higher education, so I encourage scholarly debate. With that being said, this week you don't have a lot of assignments. You have a lot of more like reading and videos you're watching, but you have your activity review and your discussion board. You do not have a quiz in Module 2, so you just have your activity review and discussion board. However, please make sure you watch all the videos and read all of the material. Like I said, the best way may be to set aside a day for each. If you want a day to watch a video, then the next day you do the reading, and then on Thursday we'll have a lecture and discussion about it, and we'll ask questions and anything you have for that. Other questions I had, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. So yeah, no textbook, content and resources are where you will find all your material. Discussion boards, you must respond to at least 2 2 students in your discussion board. I teach online, but I also teach face-to-face, so I am here in the office if you need to call me or if you want to stop by. So my office number and all of that information is already listed on the syllabi, but if you need to stop by, feel free to stop by or to give me a call if you have any questions. This is an 8-week class, as all of our criminal justice classes with the exception of criminology. So Try not to get behind. I get it. I know that life happens. Communicate with me. Send me an email. Let me know. Keep me in the loop of what's going on so that I know if I just see you fall off and I don't have anything to go on. It puts me in a pickle, per se. So definitely keep lines of communication open. I definitely do the same. If you have questions, concerns, I am always here. I look forward to working with you in this semester. So go ahead, let's get started with Module 2. I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope to see you on Thursday.